When it comes to crash investigation, it's a lot like building a house. At the end of the day, crash investigation is a process that's followed from beginning to end until you have a final product. Crash investigation, pretty much like building a house, is not just about slapping up 4 walls and a cover over the top and calling it a house. In order to proceed to build it, you must then start with your building, which involves everything that involves the construction and the walls, etc. But more importantly, houses aren't just bricks or walls. You also have electrical considerations and plumbing and a variety of other things that goes into building a house. When the building starts, you invariably start with the labor, the hard stuff, the stuff that is difficult, the work. You need to dig trenches, you need to get dirty, you need to sweat. It's not a case of just putting a house anywhere you like. When this is done, you start with your work, you lay a foundation, you ensure that everything that the house is built on is properly secured, stable and capable of carrying the weight of the total house. When this is done, you start building your floors and your walls, and your house is starting to take shape. When all is said and done, you install your plumbing, your electrical and all the other things you need, and finally you put on your roof. And that's how a house is built. When it comes to crash investigation, it has all the makings of a skilled manufacturing process. Just like a house, there are preparations. You need to know the environment you work in, you need to consider weather, you need to lay the foundation, and you go through a series of processes. As you prepare to proceed with your investigation, you also then obviously need the correct tools. You need to have everything you need in order to complete your project. Equally, you need to know the industry and understand how the industry operates and where to find things, and more importantly, how to present things. Finally, you need to use sound methods or proven technologies to achieve the goal of crash investigation. When you completed a house, you could have problems crop up. These include foundations becoming weak, walls cracking, plumbing problems, electrical problems, water leaks, fire, and even collapse. It's the same with road traffic collisions. When you don't do your work properly, if everything is not prepared properly, if you haven't built the proper foundation, if you don't use the appropriate tools, if you don't comply with the standards and requirements for an investigation, you could have things go horribly wrong and ultimately affect you in ways that you prefer not to be involved in.